It's the NBA playoff season, and right now it's time to take a look at NBA Showtime. I remember back in April of 2009, I remember doing a YouTube review of NBA Jam in a Let's Play style format, and I got a lot of comments saying that I should become a voice announcer on television or something like that. Well, here's a question I should ask you guys, and you can come with me with your honest answers. Do you think modern free agency has bastardized the love of basketball? Personally, I can say that it has, especially to the point when I think it went downhill after the switch of networks from NBC to ESPN back in 2003. Let's take you back in time when the NBA was really the shit. I don't know about you all, but NBA stars like Shaq, Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley, and Michael Jordan were awesome players. The NBA back in the day was all about talent and dedication, as well as the care for the fans instead of greed and selfishness. I'm looking at you, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. Yeah, I know, it's a short personal rant that I end up posting in this review, but the truth be told is that everyone wants to ride the bandwagon thinking that one player will be better than another. We get people who always say crap like, LeBron James is going to win, LeBron James is going to be the next Michael Jordan, if not even better. Woo woo woo, get your fucking shit together, motherfucker. You want to know what's my reaction to people who say that? I will tell them these few words: shut the fuck up. I wasn't trying to rant on this. Right now, let's take a look at NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC. Released in the arcade in 1999 by Midway and ported over to consoles in that same year. I remember playing the PSX, Dreamcast, and Game Boy Color ports, and judging from them, I can say that the Dreamcast version is relatively close to arcade perfection. I did play the PSX version back in the day, and I never got around playing the N64 version, which I can assume the PSX and N64 versions are quite the same borderline versions anyway. The Game Boy Color version, well, that's just another story. I could give that version a review, but for two reasons I don't, because one, I don't have that version, and two, even if I did, I would probably have to play it via the GameCube with the Game Boy Player attachment, in which I also don't have. All the footage shown in this video are being taken from the Dreamcast version. Let's go ahead and pop this sucker in and see how it holds up today.
Eddie Jones, Shaquille O'Neal, Turbo the Bear. Here's the tip. This is the matchup everyone's been waiting for. Going up for the dunk. Nice feed to Jones.
NBA Showtime, as is shown here, could be comparable to its predecessors, example given, NBA Jam, NBA Hangtime, in regards to the gameplay. For the most part, it's non-stop action with a 2-on-2 battle with the opposing team.
Going up for the dunk. A Hail Mary!
The controls in this game are simplified. Much like in NBA Jam and Hangtime, you would have your typical control setup for shooting, blocking, passing, and stealing, as well as the turbo. So there's not much depth here as we can see it. It's just your typical arcade basketball game.
Knocks it away!
In this game, just like in its predecessors, you can pick whatever teammates you want after the team you've selected. But here's a huge plus. You can also create a player of your own by customizing it with different abilities and attributes, which I believe it was implemented after Hangtime. What's also a plus in this game is before the match is about to begin, after the selected teams, you can put in special codes to unlock features.
Spoiler alert, and I'm pretty sure everyone who played this game knows this code. Unlocking the American Basketball Association ball, aka ABA ball, would result by entering ABA and then hit right on the D-pad. But you must be quick to enter the codes you want in this game anyway. If you play NFL Blitz or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Midway always use these code systems in their arcade games.
Shoots. No good! Harper. To Ellis. He gave him a push.
This game also follows the On Fire formula in which Jam and Hangtime also had, meaning that if you make 3 consecutive shots in a row. There is also a team fire method when your team performs 3 double dunks or alley-oops, which was also retained from Hangtime as well. There are personal fouls that a player can obtain in this game. If you end up getting fouled 5 times, you are allowed 1 free throw, in which if you score 1, it would count as a 3-pointer. But keep in mind, your accuracy better be perfect while shooting one.
He is going airborne. I want to see the replay on that one.
After the end of a match, there is trivia that you and or other players can answer. If you get the question right, you are rewarded with some points where you can edit your character in the Create Character option. In the Dreamcast version, just like in its arcade counterpart, you can also choose what arena you will want to play at. However, I believe you can only do that when you decide to enter your initials at the game menu.
That was a cheap shot. Anthony Mason from the arc. Really dying.
For a game released in 1999, the design is beyond superb if we look at it. In the Dreamcast version, which is showcased here in this video review, the frame rate of this game runs just as smooth as the arcade version. It is worth mentioning, the replays are also intact, and no sports game, where the current generation or previous generations beyond that can get any better than this. And this is one for the highlight reel. Yeah, I know, I'm just quoting the in-game commentary just for craps and giggles.
Shaquille O'Neal! Way above the rim! Jones powers it down for 2. Hands off to Turbo. Turbo. Jones. Way above the rim.
For one thing, the audio is where this game stands out at. The voiceover commentary pretty much explains the excitement this game offers. It is worth to mention that the NBA on NBC theme song, Round Ball Rock by new age music artist John Tesh, is also intact, and if you played the arcade, N64, or Dreamcast version, on the game select screen, you will hear the "This is the NBA on NBC" sound clip. As far as the in-game music goes, it does have some variations of music that was inspired by Tupac and Dr. Dre, as well as music that was also composed by the same person who wrote the music for the previous NBA Jam Hangtime.
NBA Showtime is a noteworthy game to add to your video game collection. if you're definitely into arcade sports games. Granted, it may be another NBA Jam, but I can definitely say that a combination of the NBA or NBC license blended in with NBA Jam is definitely what makes this game an absolute must-have. Now, back to my personal rant about the NBA. I can say that it's a shame that it's been over 10 years that NBC is not even hosting the NBA anymore. Watching basketball on ESPN and ABC is completely bastardized in my opinion, and as I have mentioned earlier in this video, many of the players out there are only in it just for the money instead of the love of the sport anyways, let alone the care from their fans. Hell, even watching the games on TV are just too predictable beyond belief. The spark of watching the NBA is not even there anymore. And that's my 2 cents on why I think the NBA sucks. But anyways, until then, this is kidThunder signing off for now. Happy gaming, folks.